This is Oldecam with Not a Spring Chick. This isn't exactly what we'd intended to bring you today. Today we're going to bring you a Not a Spring Chick on stretching your dollar. And we were prepared to show you how you could go to the grocery store, buy some items that you really needed, and come back with 2 tickets to go to the movies as a result. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work that way, did it?
Well, stories don't always go as well as planned, nor do people's days. So hopefully your budget isn't in one of those categories, unless it's better.
No, I mean, a couple of weeks ago, we did this to see if it worked once. We was it Hollywood tickets or something? They've got the Netflix or something on that you go buy merchandise in the grocery store that happens to be marked with the, like Indiana Jones tickets
with
or something.
Special tags.
With special tags. And you buy $40 at one time, and you can get 2 $12 tickets.
Last time we spent over twice the amount.
And
more than a ton.
That's right. But even at that time, we did have problems, though, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
We bought merchandise that was clearly marked on sale. Unfortunately, they didn't honor the sales prices on a large chunk of the merchandise we did buy. So, and then we did go back another time to try it again, and not only didn't they honor the prices a second time, they refunded the money and took the merchandise all back.
Well, and this time was even worse. Not that we have bad luck at the supermarket, but this time...
Yeah, this time we went in, we didn't spend as much money, but we did spend more. This ticket, if you see, will show you that we did spend more than the amount of money needed to qualify for the promotion. And we were told that that simply we didn't have enough, even though we're well over the amount needed.
And we even went to another store to verify that everything that we had selected was on that list.
Unfortunately, at the other store, we were told that you have to go through this person and go through that person. Then they will send an email to the store that the problem was caused at. Not call them up, not sending anybody in from the business over to see if what's going on is going on, but they would email them. Like that's going to do a lot of good, well, and then at the work, you can figure the best what you'll do, they'll order the store manager to make an apology.
Well, and then what good does that do? Because we already sat there and told them that they weren't honoring their promotions, but of course they didn't like that.
That's right. We told them what was being done in the store too, such as the taking the prices off of the merchandise 3 days before the sale was up.
I know, it's not that the sale doesn't change tomorrow, it changes in several days from now.
Yeah, but you got to read the fine print on all their advertisements. One, they limit the amount of merchandise you can buy. Second, they can change the prices at any time. Unfortunately, we've had the prices changed on us in the middle of the transaction, which is unhappy, but that's the way it is. We've seen tags torn off of the tags, so you can't compare the barcodes that they have that go with the sales item, so you can't do it there. And then it's like as an example of when something sounds too good to be true. It often is. We had buy $40 worth of their promotional items at one time, get 2 $12 tickets to go see a movie.
Okay, so it sounded really good, but last time we were able to do that.
Yeah, but we spent like $80 to get that 40.
Well, by that time you could have bought the tickets.
We could have bought the tickets. This time we didn't spend as much, and this time we learned the lesson that it's basically, because it is, the cash registers are computer ran somewhere, someplace other than I wouldn't say gentleman that's managing the store, who basically is somewhat pissed at us from filing complaints about him, that he told us that he was tired of us harassing him. Basically, it's not harassment to get caught 4 different times not honoring your flyers or your promotions, but it's harassment to tell him you're going to file charges against him.
So as a consumer, what can you do?
Do the airlines care about your complaints?
Would they be raising tickets for prices if they did?
Do the oil companies care about your complaints?
Well, good question.
They don't.
They don't. They figure you're going to pay for it anyway.
Do department stores worry about your complaints?
What's gone to customer service in this country? Customer
service is basically in phone banks in Pakistan or India, And the real reason why they hire aliens to be workers in stores has
Or
nothing.
people that don't speak English.
People don't speak English. They
But
hire them
understand.
because they're getting the same wages as other grocery workers at grocery store, department store. They hire them because no habla inglés.
Because they feel they don't have to deal with you.
They don't have to deal with you. If they don't speak the language and you don't speak their language, or they speak it very badly, basically you get fed up and you leave.
But eventually, don't the customers just stop going to those places?
Okay.
Of course.
Where are you going?
Maybe you don't have
no.
many
Where
choices.
who are you going to fly with?
I guess you don't fly.
Who are you going to get gas from?
Okay.
What department
That's
stores are you going to
true.
shop at?
Okay, so what
Where are you going to
choice-
get the groceries at?
So what choices do consumers have? Because if the complaints really don't do any good,
Complaints
because
do
the
no good.
complaints circle back around to the store where you were, but you get an apology, which
And
you should have gotten in the first place.
They order the man to make an apology, of which he really doesn't care, because he doesn't even have to make the apology. All he has to do is tell them, if you jump on enough people in enough places, they will order the apology to happen. And then when they call him up again and ask him, or in this case they email him, which I found to be unbelievable, he will simply tell them, I did it. That's all that counts. I did it. You know, because they don't care whether he did it or not. So,
Well, for them, I mean, all these people go in to buy it thinking that they're going to get tickets. And of course, most of them probably spend a lot more money than they planned on spending. So I guess they got what they wanted, which is more sales.
They got more sales. And if you buy enough, because the machines are all, cash registers are all ran through a computer. The computer just simply sizes up your bill and decides whether you've bought enough items, and then they'll print out a ticket. Because we have a ticket here that qualifies for the 2 tickets. But the problem is we're not going to get them, because by the time we get done, see, we've got to go through 2 different layers of the company. Then they're going to send an email asking the person who's doing it. And folks, they do have cameras on in all these stores.
Oh, and here's the part is we were threatened. They said, well, you know this is private property.
And that you have no legal right to do a story on the property without their permission. You know.
So here we are. We didn't plan to be in the shade.
I know.
I know, it looks kind of
But
funny.
you know, the wind is blowing so bad,
wind
and
is
this was done just a few minutes after we went through the verification product. So we're a little on the dark side in the evening, and no lights. But you know, I can get back to
Silhouette.
it. How do you handle the problem if you got a problem? You can't stop doing business with these companies because there's nobody else to do business with. You can't
You can
boycott the products entirely because there's no other products to buy.
You can be careful on your shopping. Maybe you should bring a calculator.
Well, it doesn't make any difference because I calculated everything.
What we could have done is just walked out of the store and had them refund all the money.
Yeah, but that doesn't get you the merchandise.
Which we still need a grocery.
They're basically, when nobody cares, this includes your elected officials and everybody you're supposed to get. We have offices that you can file complaints against, but they will simply say it was an accident. And they will say it was, you know, that something that wasn't right, and they'll get out of it. The worst that is going to happen if you file a complaint today is they're simply going to be good boys for a little while. And then they go back to doing it again.
Well, maybe we need another Ralph Nader.
Ralph
Or maybe
Nader.
that's why Michael Moore did the story on healthcare.
Ralph Nader, it doesn't count for anything today because no one pays any attention to him. They don't listen to Ralph Nader because all the bitching in the world you can do isn't going to make a company change its spots today. They don't have to. They no longer care. Customer service is gone. It's been going for a while. You know, you have disrespect for the people you're in business with. So
buyer beware.
yeah, so till next time.